Today's indictment alleges and portrays a clear picture. You do this for me, and I will do that for you.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg says former senior advisor to Mayor Eric Adams, Ingrid Lewis-Martin, who was marched into court in handcuffs, accepted $100,000 in bribes filtered through her son, Glenn Martin II's DJ business. He's accused of using the money to buy a $113,000 Porsche.
And these payments were made in the midst of asks by their co-conspirators pertaining to construction plans and DOB licensing.
Much like the allegations against her longtime boss and friend, Mayor Adams, Lewis-Martin is accused of fast-tracking and helping with building permits for a rooftop bar and a hotel project. The DA says she even told her alleged co-conspirators, two businessmen, to only make their requests through an encrypted app called Signal. Bragg, in charging her with conspiracy, bribe receiving, and money laundering, painted a picture of Lewis-Martin basically on call to help these businessmen solve their permitting problems.
Serving at their pleasure to resolve whatever issues they had with DOB on their construction projects.
Lewis-Martin's attorney spoke after the court appearance, assailing the charges, saying she did nothing wrong and getting a so-called bribe in the form of a check doesn't even pass the smell test. And if prosecutors are looking to use her to get to the mayor, then they're mistaken.
And to see something like this malarkey of a case when people are really getting hurt, stabbed, robbed, those are the cases we should be focusing on.
A bribery scandal is shaking up New York City politics, and at the center of it is Ingrid Lewis-Martin, the most trusted aide to Mayor Eric Adams. Lewis-Martin, who serves as the mayor's chief advisor, now faces serious charges of conspiracy, money laundering, and bribery, accusations that could land her in prison for years. But how did someone so deeply embedded in the city's political machinery end up in the middle of a scheme involving bribery allegations? And what does this mean for Mayor Adams, who's already facing his own set of legal challenges? Today, we're diving into the shocking indictment of Ingrid Lewis-Martin, a woman who was not only the mayor's longest-serving advisor, but also a respected figure among New York City's political elite. We'll examine the key players involved and explore the potential fallout from these explosive allegations. But first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. And if you're watching from New York City, drop NYC in the comments below. Ingrid Lewis-Martin, born and raised in Brooklyn, specifically the Bed-Stuy and Crown Heights neighborhoods, was always connected to her roots. Her father immigrated from Barbados, while her mother came over to the U.S. from Panama. In college, she studied criminal justice and pledged Alpha Kappa Alpha. She's also a member of the Masonic Order of the Eastern Star. Her political career began in 1983 when she volunteered on the re-election campaign of late Representative Major R. Owens. From there, she became deputy campaign manager for Owens and started working in the school system. She worked at IS 320 Jackie Robinson from 1984 to 1992. That's where she taught middle school English and social studies. In addition, she taught modern and African dance in the after-school program and also served as dean and graduation coordinator during her tenure. After working at the middle school, Ingrid transitioned into higher education, working at Medgar Evers College, where she served as an instructor and program director, helping women on welfare earn their high school diplomas and college degrees. She also assisted high school students with dual enrollment. Ingrid's dedication to public service extended beyond her career in education. She also worked as a part-time staffer for former Assembly member Roger Green. When Letitia James ran for city council, Ingrid worked on her campaign. She also campaigned for Hakeem Jeffries when he was eyeing a position in the assembly. But her most significant professional relationship has been with New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Ingrid has been one of the mayor's closest confidants throughout his political career, serving in senior roles under Adams as he ascended the ranks of New York City government. They've known each other for decades. They've been friends since 1984. Adams met Ingrid's husband when he and her husband trained to become police officers. In 2005, when Adams decided to run for state senate, he entrusted Ingrid to manage his campaign. Eric Adams went on to win in a landslide, then offered her the job as his chief of staff. Ingrid held that position for 7 years before serving as his senior advisor for more than 5 years. As Eric Adams climbed the political ladder, Ingrid was always there right with him. When he served as the Brooklyn Borough president, Ingrid was a deputy president from September 2019 until the end of 2021, when Adams was elected mayor of New York City. They finished up their terms as the Brooklyn president and deputy president on December 31st, 2021, and in January 2022, Ingrid became the mayor's chief advisor. In this capacity, she quickly became known as one of the most powerful figures in the city, often referred to as the second most powerful person in the mayor's office. Basically, she was at the top, outside of the mayor himself. Her influence was far-reaching, advising Adams on everything from housing and education to community outreach. She became a fixture in New York City politics, with some calling her the Olivia Pope of New York City. Known for always working behind the scenes as the, quote, fixer. And to top it off, she became a chaplain a few years ago. She's the mayor's self-proclaimed, quote, sister ordained by God. But in December 2024, everything came crashing down. District Attorney Alvin Bragg announced that Ingrid Lewis-Martin had been indicted on multiple charges, including conspiracy, receiving bribes, and money laundering. The charges stemmed from a scheme in which Ingrid and her son, Glenn D. Martin Jr., aka Suave Luciano, are accused of accepting over $100,000 in bribes. Now, where did this money come from? Prosecutors say they got the money from 2 New York City businessmen, Raizada Vaid, also known as Pinky, and Mayank Dwivedi. The indictment alleges that Ingrid used her influence to expedite construction permits and city approvals for Pinky and Mayank to help them with their projects in exchange for cash and other benefits. Ingrid and her son, DJ Suave Luciano, reportedly received 2 checks totaling $100,000, one from Mayank's company, and the other was a personal check from Pinky. They have a joint bank account. That's where the money was deposited, with part of it funneled into her son's DJ business and used to buy a luxury vehicle, a black 2023 Porsche Panamera. He purchased that car for $113,000, showing off the car with a big red bow on top. He was also flossing in music videos, where he made Caribbean-inspired music and had videos with these women popping their thought pockets all over the place.
So we both from Brooklyn, you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, man.
Where in Brooklyn are you from?
From Crown Heights, Franklin Ave, Notion Ave, Eastern Parkway, right where they have the actual West Indian Day Parade.
Oh.
So I'm right in the middle.
Oh, you right there?
Yeah, bro.
Are you West Indian by any chance?
Yeah, my parents are from the Caribbean, man.
Where?
They're from Barbados and Panama. How about you?
Barbados.
Yeah, I mean, if you live in Brooklyn, you become West Indian even if you aren't.
Facts by affiliation, right?
Exactly, brother.
To cover their tracks, the defendants allegedly used encrypted messaging apps and coded language to avoid detection. Prosecutors say they went to great lengths to hide their illicit activities, but it all unraveled when investigators caught wind of the scheme. On December 18, 2024, Ingrid was arrested and charged in connection with a bribery scandal that made headlines across the country. At her arraignment, she was released without bail but placed under travel restrictions while awaiting trial. All 4 suspects, Ingrid, her son Suave Luciano, Pinky, and Dwivedi, have denied charges and vowed to fight them in court. Ingrid's next court appearance is set for January 15, 2025. This is absolutely crazy. How did the OG City Girl chaplain get indicted trying to finesse money? Then allegedly giving some of the money over to her son, who was up here making videos with other city girls popping their thought pockets, and then also used the money to buy a luxury car. I gotta say, this case isn't just about Ingrid's downfall. She's obviously connected to the mayor, so it raises serious questions about corruption, influence peddling, and the blurred lines between politics and business in New York City. Are New Yorkers able to trust people in power to uphold their interests, or are they more interested in enriching themselves? Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below and how it could possibly affect the mayor's case and the future of New York City politics. special thanks to Rob P. I appreciate you, Rob, for all of your support, helping these videos get out, as well as Dark Power and Charles H. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.